In this video, I want to go over the top 15 midsize SUV deals on the market for December 2024. We'll go over inventory levels, which trim level to go for, what kind of discount to target, and then lastly, I'll tell you what sort of incentives and lease payments you can expect from those vehicles. Just some quick disclaimers. All these deals expire at the end of the month. They're for 2025 model year vehicles unless I say otherwise. The deals are assuming 36 months and 12,000 miles a year. They're assuming nothing down but your inception fees like first payment and acquisition fee. And lastly, they're assuming a 720 FICO credit score. Also, at any point, you can access pricing to any of these vehicles by clicking the vehicle you want pricing for in the description below. Let's dive right in, shall we? Now, what you're going to see is that Ford and Jeep are dominating the segment with sales volumes reaching nearly 200,000 vehicles sold so far this year. However, in the compact SUV segment, it's Honda and Toyota who have really taken market share. Inventory-wise, Ford has absurdly high levels of Broncos at the moment, around 30,000 or so, while the rest of the segment sits on around 15,000 units of each of theirs. No joke though, this Kia Sorento deal at the very end is too good to pass up. At number 15 is the Ford Bronco with about 31,453 units. You're going to see the Badlands. That's going to be the most in stock with an MSRP of about $58,065. Now, the $54,005 that you're seeing below this MSRP is what I want you to target as the final selling price, as in how much of a discount you got. So the top price tag is the MSRP. The bottom one is the price that I want you to target after getting a discount on it before any rebates or anything like that. Now, right now, Ford is not offering a promotional APR. They're not offering any rebates except for a $2,000 conquest cash if you've got a Jeep in the household. If you were to lease this thing, it's about $671 a month. Next up is the Chevy Traverse with about 8,000 units currently in stock. Bulk of the inventory is on LT front wheel drives. Shoot for a target selling price of about $38,497. Now, right now, you could lease one out for about $621 a month. Chevy is doing 6.39% at 60 months. No rebates, but they do have $1,000 in either loyalty or conquest incentives. So if you have a Chevy or if you have one of their competitors, they'll give you $1,000 if you're going to be leasing. Next up is the Hyundai Palisade with about 15,300 units. The bulk of the inventory is on calligraphies. Shoot for about $4,000 off of a $54,000 price tag. Now, if you get that discount, this brings you to about $618 as your lease payment. They are doing 3.99% at 60 months, as well as $750 in loyalty. Next up is the GMC Acadia with about 6,500 units. The bulk of the inventory is on elevations. Getting 7% off would land you at about $2,600 under the MSRP, so about $35,335. If you got this discount, it would bring you to a lease payment of $555 a month. Right now, GMC is doing 6.59% promo APR at 60 months with no rebates. Next up is the Volkswagen Atlas with about 12,300 units. Bulk of inventory is on SE with tech. This one's going to be a front wheel drive with an MSRP of $45,146. Shoot for a target of $41,985, and this should bring you to a lease payment of $546 a month. They are doing 3.9% promo APR at 60 months, as well as $2,000 in bonus cash, $3,500 if you're looking at a 2024. Next up is the Ford Explorer with about 24,100 units. Bulk of inventory is on active all-wheel drives. Now, a $43,380 MSRP should land you at a selling price of $40,343. Getting this discount would get you to about $540 a month. Ford is doing 5.9% promotional APR at 60 months, as well as $1,000 in bonus cash, as well as $2,000 if you're in a Jeep or a GM. Next is the Jeep Grand Cherokee with about 19,200 units. This is not including Grand Cherokee Ls or 4xEs, which will be in a different video. The bulk of the inventory is on limited 4x4s with an MSRP of about $51,290. Shoot for a selling price of $47,699, and that would get you to a monthly payment of about $526 a month if you're leasing. Jeep is doing 4.9% at 72 months. They've also got $4,500 in cash. This is on 2024 models, by the way, you guys. Also, they do have $2,000 in loyalty or conquest cash. Next up is the Kia Telluride with about 11,900 units. The bulk of the inventory is on X lines with an MSRP of about $48,495. You're looking at a target selling price of $45,100, and that would get you to a monthly payment of about $514 a month. Right now, Kia is doing 4.75% at 60 months, as well as $500 in bonus cash. Next is the Honda Pilot with about 14,500 units. The bulk of inventory is on EXL all-wheel drives with an MSRP of about $46,995. You're looking at a target selling price of $43,705, and you could probably see $513 as your monthly payment. Honda's doing 3.9% at 60, as well as $500 in loyalty incentives. Next up is the Hyundai Santa Fe with about 18,450 units. The bulk of the inventory is on calligraphies with an MSRP of $50,180, and if you got a selling price of $46,667, this would get you to a monthly payment of $511 a month. Hyundai is doing 2.99% at 60 months. They're offering $1,000 in rebates as well as $1,500 in loyalty incentives. Next up is the Jeep Wrangler with about 20,800 units. Bulk of inventory is on Sport S's and Saharas. This one's got an MSRP of $50,490 with a selling price of $46,955. You're looking at about $495 a month. Jeep is doing 0% at 36 months and an unprecedented $3,000 in bonus cash, as well as $2,000 in conquest cash if you've got a Ford. Next up is the Mazda CX-90 with about 11,590 units. The bulk of the inventory is on preferred all-wheel drives. This one's got an MSRP of $42,495 with a selling price of $39,520. You could lease one of these things out for about $437 a month. They are doing 2.9% at 60 months. They're also offering $1,000 in loyalty and $500 for conquest. Next up is the Subaru Ascent with 13,200 units. The bulk of the inventory here is on limited all-wheel drives with an MSRP of $40,489, targeting a selling price of $37,654, would get you to a lease payment of $435 a month. No rebates, and they're doing 5.9% promo APR at 60 months. Last but not least is the Kia Sorento with about 18,500 units. The bulk of inventory is on S all-wheel drive and front-wheel drives. Mine has an MSRP of $39,985, targeting a selling price of $37,186, gets us to a lease payment of $415 a month plus tax. Kia is doing 1.9% at 60 months, as well as $2,500 in bonus cash. You guys, like I mentioned, in the description below, you'll be able to access dealer pricing on the vehicle that you're shopping for, as well as gain access to other tools that'll help you while you're navigating the car buying process. If you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.